Hi, good day to you, class. So, I am going to continue the discussion on theorems on circles. So, theorem number one, we have two chords intersecting at an interior point. So, remember, when we say interior points, those points are inside the boundary of the circle. So, nasa loob ang intersection point ng dalawang chord. So it says here that the product of the lengths of the segments of one chord is equal to the product of the lengths of the segments of the other chord. So we have chord blue, the blue one, which is CD, and then we have the chord AB, and they intersect at point E. So, ang sabi dito, yung product daw ng lengths ng segments ng isang chord. So, ano ba yung mga lengths ng segments? So, we have, like for an instance, the chord CD. So, it has its segments CE and ED. And AB has segments AE and EB. So, therefore, when you say the product of the lengths of the segments, it means AE times EB. So it is equal to CE and ED. All right, so next theorem is two secant lines intersecting at an exterior point. Again, exterior points are points that are outside the boundary of the circle. So we have two secant lines. So when you say secant lines, this is a line that get through the circle by crossing two points on the circle. So for instance, this chord color blue intersected at point A and point B on the circumference of the circle. And this chord green intersected at point D and point E along the circumference of the circle. And these two chords, the blue and the green, intersected outside or the exterior point of the circle, and which is point C. Now, the product of the lengths of the entire secant line and the external segment of the secant line. So, what do you mean when you say the entire secant? So, let's try to see the blue one. So, pag sinabing entire secant, it means the whole line. No, the whole line of the secant line is AC. Okay. Now, and the external segment. So when you say external, this is the line that is outside of the circle. Now, for instance, for letter B, I mean for the blue one, the external segment is B and then C. So kunin daw natin ang product ng whole second line at saka yung kanyang line na lumabas sa circle. So it means AC times BC. And this is equal to the product of the lengths of the other secant lines and its external segment. So therefore, DC times EC. Okay. Next, we have the tangent and secant lines intersecting at an external point. So the blue line is the secant and the green line is the tangent line. Now, ang sabi dito that the product of the lengths of the secant line and its external segment, so product of the lengths, which is AC, and its external segment, which is BC, is equal to the length or the square of the lengths of the tangent line. So yung lengths ng tangent line mo ay from letter D to letter C. Okay, so this will have to be squared. So AC times BC is equals to the square of CD or DC. Okay, so next we have the theorem number 4. So a radius perpendicular to a tangent line. So this is the circle and it is the center. If you draw a line going to the a certain point, no, any point along the circumference, it will intersect with a point on this line. So this is your tangent point. Now, uh, if this line radius intersects at a tangent, this makes this is a perpendicular line to the tangent line. So, pag nag-intersect ang tangent mo at saka yung radius, for sure it is 90 degrees. Number 5, diameter as perpendicular bisector. The diameter that is perpendicular to a chord bisects the chord and its two arcs. So when you say bisects, it makes the two chords into two equal length, and so with the arcs. Now that diameter, or the diameter that bisects, okay, that diameter that bisects a chord is perpendicular to the chord. So this is perpendicular to the chord. And consequently, the perpendicular bisector of a chord which passes through the center of the circle is also the diameter of the circle. So if this is your chord is in the middle, no? Kasi pwede kasi ang chord na hindi siya dadaan ng center, pwede rin yung chord na dumadaan siya sa center. So, pag ang chord mo ay dumaan sa center, yung kanyang perpendicular bisector is also a diameter of the circle. And then we go to the number 6 theorem. So, number 6 theorem is, it says that the central angles of equal circles. Central angles of the same or equal circles have the same ratio as their intercepted arcs. So if this is your central angle for this um, for this sector, okay, for this sector, so this is theta. So therefore, the whole circle is also 360 degrees. Now they can form a ratio wherein 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle divided by 360 degrees is to or equal to the length of the arc over the central angle. And then we also have number 7, the angle subtended on the same circle. Okay, so there is a circle here. I don't know why it was gone. Okay. All right. So this is a circle, or if there are 2 points along the circle, um these 2 points, no, itong dalawang points na to, yung central angle niya, yung angle niya, if they are going to get another angle, drawing another line from here going to another point on the circle, their angles will be the same or will be equal. Okay, so number 8, we have what you call the uh, lines of centers of tangent circles. They are called tangent circles because they have a common tangent line, and they all intersect at the same point along the tangent along this tangent line. So the line of centers of the two circles passes through the points of tangency. So ibig sabihin, pag nandito yung ating center, no, andito yung center nito, so yung line is passing through the point of tangency. So this is your line. So it passes through the point of tangency. Okay. So this is the centers of the tangent circles. And then we have central angle and its intercepted arc. Okay, the measure of central angle is the angular measure of its intercepted arc. the intercepted arc is measured by its central angle. Okay, so for example, we have this sector, okay, AB. So ito yung arc niya, ito yung central angle. So the measure daw of this central angle is the measure of its arc. Therefore, theta is equal to the measure of the arc AB. Okay. So that is the measure of or the length of. Okay. Next, we have number 8, number 9, number 10. Okay, so we have the inscribed angle. Now, inscribed angle, the measure of an inscribed angle is equal to 1/2 of its intercepted arc. So, if you are going to draw a line at this point, no, going to this point, and then another point going to the same point below. So, this angle here is actually 1/2 of the angle uh, on the center, no? On the center. So, yung inscribed angle mo is equal to 1/2 of its intercepted arc. So, when you say 1/2 of its intercepted arc, this is the arc. Since the measure of this arc is equal to the central angle, so therefore, ito ay kalahati lang ito ng laki nito. Okay? Or the measure of this angle. So, angle in a semicircle. The angle formed by constructing lines from the ends of a diameter. So, this is the diameter BC of a circle to a point on the circle. So, this is a point on the circle, point A. On the circle is a right angle. So, if this is a diameter and then you draw another point here, uh, connecting these two ends of the diameter. This point here is forming a right triangle. So therefore, BAC, okay, BAC or angle BAC is 90 degrees and the triangle BAC is also a right triangle and this is your hypotenuse. The diameter is your hypotenuse. Okay. Next, we have cyclic quadrilateral. The sum of the products of opposite sides of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the product of the diagonals. So this is the sum of the products of the opposite sides. So A and C are opposite sides. So if you're going to multiply A times C, sum daw siya ng mga opposite sides, A plus C, A times C plus B times D is equals to the product of the diagonal. So D sub 1 times D sub 2. All right, so we also have number 13, two intersecting tangents. So the lengths of two tangents from the point of tangency on the circle to their point of intersection are the same. So ito ay isang tangent line, ito naman ay isang tangent line. Now if these two tangents intersect outside the circle, so these two tangents, the the length of these two tangents are actually equal. Therefore, AB is equals to BC. Okay, so next we have angle formed by intersecting secant lines. Now, this is secant lines because it intersects 2 points on the circle. Okay. So, nag-intersect siya dito, dito, and na-intersect din siya dito, as well as here and here. So, but they intersect inside. Now, the angle that is formed, yung angle na na-form by the intersection is called the theta. Okay, so the measure of the angle formed by two secant lines intersecting at an interior point is 1/2 the sum of the angular measurements of the arcs intercepted by the angle and its vertical angle. So, ibig sabihin, 1/2 lang yung theta na to by the sum of the uh, arcs, no? Angular measurements of the arcs. So it means AB This one, AB plus CD, kalahati nito. I-add mo silang dalawa, tapos kalahati niyan, no? That will be your angular measurements for theta, no? Remember, no, that meron tayong concept na pag yung paano daw mini-measure ang central angle. We measure the central angle by its intercepted arcs, no? So mini-measure daw natin yung angle by means of its intercepted arcs. Now, what about if two seconds intersect at an exterior point of a circle? What is the measure of the angle formed by the seconds? So, the angle formed by the seconds dito is one half of the difference naman. So, AB, itong measure ng AB na to minus ito, that will be your theta. Okay, so next we have formulas on circles. So I'm going to discuss formulas on circles on separate videos. For now, let's stop here and then we will go back to the next video.